This is not a story to read fast. This is a story to listen slowly. You don't need to understand every word. Just follow the voice, the pauses, the feelings. English here is simple, just like real life. Relax your mind, stay with the story, and let your listening improve naturally. This is a story about Aman. Aman was not bad at English. He could read, he could write it, but speaking was different. Whenever Aman opened his mouth, his mind went blank. Words disappeared. His heart started beating fast. So most of the time, Aman chose to be silent. He worked in a small office in a busy city. People talked all the time about work, about life, about problems. Aman listened carefully. He understood everything, but he rarely spoke. At home, things were the same. When relatives visited, they asked questions. Aman smiled and answered in one or two words instead. He felt frustrated. One evening after work, Aman was sitting near his window. The city lights were on. Traffic noise filled the air. He thought, why is speaking so hard for me? He remembered school days. Teachers told him, speak in English. Friends laughed when he made mistakes. Slowly, fear became a habit. That night, Aman made a small decision. He said to himself, tomorrow I will speak even if it's just one line. The next morning, Aman entered the office. His colleague Ritu smiled and said, good morning. Usually, Aman just nodded, but today he replied, good morning. Two simple words. Nothing happened. The word didn't stop. People didn't laugh. That gave him a little courage. During lunch, his team sat together. Someone talked about a movie. Aman listened. Then he said softly, I liked the story. Again, nothing bad happened. His voice was low. His grammar was not perfect, but he had spoken. That evening, Aman felt different, not confident, just lighter. The next few days, he continued. Small sentences, simple words. Sometimes he made mistakes. Sometimes he paused to think, but he did not stop. One afternoon, something unexpected happened. The manager called a short meeting. He said, we need an idea to finish this work faster. The room was quiet. Aman felt nervous. His hands became cold. He looked down at the table. Then he remembered his promise. He took a breath and said, we can divide the work. The manager looked at him. Go on, he said. Aman continued slowly. If we split tasks, it will save time. Aman continued slowly. If we split tasks, it will save time. There was silence. Then the manager nodded. That's a good suggestion. Aman's heart was beating fast, but inside he felt proud. That day, Aman learned something important. People don't expect perfect English. They expect clear ideas. Weeks passed. Aman spoke more. Not fluently, not perfectly, but honestly. He stopped translating every sentence in his head. He focused on meaning, not grammar. One day, while traveling in a bus, a stranger asked him for directions. Earlier, Aman would panic. but this time he replied calmly, "Go straight and take a left." The stranger smiled and said, "Thank you." Aman smiled back. That small moment stayed with him. At night, Aman wrote in his notebook, "English is not about sounding smart, it's about being understood." Slowly, his fear lost its power. Aman was still learning, still improving, but he was no longer silent. And that changed everything.